It's only a movie. Only a movie.
Welcome back to Dread and Terror, where we dig up the creepiest, most terrifying, and sometimes oddly funny gems of horror cinema. Today, I'm diving into a Mexican horror flick from 1988 that's so bad, it's practically a masterpiece. Don't panic. This supernatural slasher is a wild ride of dinosaur pajamas, Ouija board shenanigans, and a demon named Virgil. The first 20 minutes might have you cringing from this train wreck, but stick with me because I'm here to tell you why it's a must-watch for any horror fan who loves a good laugh, intentional or not. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the story, if you can even call it that. Don't Panic follows Michael, a teenager who's supposedly 17, but at times looks like he's pushing 30, and at other times he looks more like an 11-year-old boy. More on that later. He's just moved to Mexico City from Beverly Hills. Tough life, right? On his birthday, his friends decide to surprise him with what most teenage boys want, a Ouija board.
Big surprise, huh, Michael?
Because nothing says happy birthday like summoning a demon named Virgil, who may or may not be Satan himself.
Hey man, quit drinking, eh?
Look at this scene. The acting is so wooden, you could build a coffin with it. Even with a company like Vinegar Syndrome trying to salvage the audio, it sounds like they recorded it in a tin can.
Listen, I'd like you to come over to my house tonight.
But here's where it gets nuts. They summon a demon named Virgil, and things go south fast. Michael starts having nightmares, his eyes turn red, and his friends start dropping like flies in increasingly gory ways. The plot is a chaotic mix of a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoffs and a high school slasher. But it makes zero sense. Why does Virgil possess people? How does he pick his victims? Who cares? The script feels like it was written in one feverish night, and that raw, unpolished energy is part of its charm. In the film's defense, it was one of the first films by Ruben Galindo Jr., who has a serious love of 70s and 80s horror.
I also was in love with these films from the late 70s and early 80s. Stanley Kubrick, The Shining, Brian De Palma, Body Double, John Carpenter, Halloween, Wes Craven, The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Made with a shoestring budget and a tight filming schedule, made worse by the fact that they filmed the movie in both Spanish and English, a montage early on in the film is clearly filmed with random people in a park. These people are not actors. Look at the way they're all looking at Michael and Alexandra. And speaking of Alexandra, I don't want to be unnecessarily cruel, but she has a thick unibrow that is visually enhanced in the restored 4K. I just couldn't take my eyes off of her eyebrows, or eyebrow, whenever she graced the screen. Now let's talk about the real star of Don't Panic, Michael's dinosaur pajamas. Yes, our hero spends half the movie fighting evil in PJs that look like they were stolen from a toddler's closet. Remember, he just celebrated his 17th birthday, and somehow it works. These pajamas are so iconic that Vinegar Syndrome even sold replicas during the Blu-ray release. Galindo has stated that the actor, John Michael Bischoff, purchased these pajamas as a representation of his character's inner childishness, and Galindo agreed that these PJs would make Michael's fight against evil that much bigger.
And I remember that he had a thing with those pajamas. It made it a little childish, and that sounded fun because he imagined a childish guy having to overcome such a big difficulty.
I mean, look at this guy. He's 17 battling a demon and rocking dino jammies like it's no big deal. It's absurd, but it's also endearing. You can't help but root for him, even if he's making the worst decisions possible. I love this scene where Michael's reached a boiling point and he flips out in his room. He's leaping around like a monkey, and it culminates in this dramatic, slow motion shot of him knocking over a cup of pens and pencils. Another highlight, and I'm not being sarcastic this time, is the gore. This movie doesn't skimp on blood, thanks to effects artist Screaming Mad George. We're talking stabbings, slashed throats, and buckets of red goo that defy human biology. It's over the top and hilarious, like the movie knows it's ridiculous and just leans into it. Virgil, despite his silly name, actually looks like an intimidating ghoul. There's also an effect, masterfully created by Screaming Mad George, of a face protruding from a static television screen. You might even stop laughing for a moment and say, well done. I wish I could say the same for the movie soundtrack. The lead actor, John Michael Bischoff, he wrote and performed the theme song, and it's pure 80s cheese. It's catchy in the way only a bad horror movie theme can be. So why is Don't Panic a So Bad It's Good classic? Firstly, it's got that 80s low budget charm. Director Ruben Galindo Jr. was churning out these Mexican exploitation flicks for the American market, and you can feel the hustle. The amateur acting, the nonsensical script, the bizarre choices like Pajamas, it all adds up to a movie that's unapologetically itself. Take the scene where Tony gives Michael a magical rose that stays fresh, as long as his love is pure.
That as long as love exists between you two, the rose will never wither.
What? It's so random, but it's moments like these that make you love the movie's WeirdHeart. There are countless other moments, like a montage scene that goes on for several minutes too long. Or how about the scene where a bully crushes Michael's glasses, and there's just no sound effect? And the piece de resistance, Michael's mother blurting out,
"There's something you should know. I have a drinking problem."
in the oddest line delivery I've ever seen. Second, it's a time capsule of 80s horror tropes gone wrong. You've got teens messing with the occult, a Freddy Krueger-esque dream vibe, and a demon with a name like a discount poet. But instead of feeling derivative, it feels like a Feverdream version of those tropes. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street if Wes Craven had a budget of $12 and a Ouija board obsession. They just don't make films like this anymore. Finally, it's just fun. You can laugh at the terrible dialogue, you can cheer for the gore, and you just can't look away from Michael's pajamas. It's the kind of movie you watch with friends, popcorn, and a sense of humor. As one IMDb reviewer put it, there's no tension and no sense of humor to detect anywhere in the script, but the stupidity and incompetence definitely will make you chuckle. And honestly, he's not wrong. If you're ready to experience the glorious disaster, you're in luck. Don't Panic is available on a beautiful Blu-ray released by Vinegar Syndrome, where it's found a cult following. Or you can hunt this one down as it bounces around various streaming platforms. Trust me, it's worth it for the laughs alone. I texted my buddy who recommended this to me, asking why the hell he made me watch this, and by the end, we were sharing our favorite moments back and forth with each other. So is Don't Panic a good horror movie? Absolutely not. But is it a great bad movie? Oh hell yes. It's a reminder that sometimes the best horror flicks aren't the ones that take themselves too seriously. If you love 80s cheese, gore, and the kind of movie that makes you say, "What the hell did I just watch?" this one's for you. I recommend watching this with friends, and really it's the perfect film if you just want to chill with your cell phones out, laughs to be had, and talking over the moments that are just so silly or even well done. Have you seen Don't Panic? Do you have a favorite So Bad It's Good horror movie? Drop it in the comments below. If you're afraid you'll miss my next video, don't panic! Just hit the subscribe button. It's free and it helps me a ton. Thanks for watching, and always remember, we love you so much, it's scary.